welcome to Moonlight Creative Design Studio. Today I'm going to interview my good friend, very lovely David. Hello, David.
Good morning, Mona. Thank you very much for having me on the program.
Well, it's my pleasure. And also, do you want to talk about 365 challenge? What is that?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Originally created the campaign in 2016, which the idea was to using exercise and fun to raise awareness of the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mhm.
Because naively, most people in those days believed only those who had been in the armed forces or in the emergency services could have suffered from some form of emotional trauma. But obviously, the truth is that now in the COVID-19 has been actually estimated around 80% of the population will have some form of traumatic episode.
Yeah.
So it's gone more from raising awareness. The campaign now is to raise money
Mhm.
because we need to offer help, because the NHS, as good as it is, and as brilliant that they do, the nurses and the doctors are there, they cannot help the majority of people suffering from some form of mental health trauma. All they can do realistically is give somebody a tranquilizer or an
Yeah.
antidepressant and say, come back in 6 weeks and we'll see about getting you some counselling. But the most counselling they can give someone is generally 6 sessions. This was before COVID-19.
Mhm.
And the trouble with trauma today, you can't actually excise the reason. All you can do is mask the symptoms, because it's been estimated that most traumas can be traced back to childhood, and that
Yeah.
all it is, and what we have to do, what the healers have to do, is like the Shrek said, an ogre is like an onion, they have layers. Well, a trauma is like an onion. There are layers upon layers upon layers of negativity that has to be removed,
Mhm.
and that negativity has to be replaced with something of a more positive affirmation to allow people to live their life. So 6 sessions,
Mhm.
whilst it is a start,
Yeah.
cannot help people. So the aim of the 365 challenge now is we need to raise money, and I've got a total in my head of 36.5 million, so that we can actually pay for people to have treatment, that they can move on with their life, but also to help those who are providing services to those in pain. So a friend of mine, Lloyd, for instance, Lloyd and Shoshana, they go every Thursday into the West End of London and
Mhm.
they feed the homeless. Well, every time they go to London now, it costs them £15. Well, I'm sorry, that should not be, that should be discounted straight away. So we have already said that we will be supporting their efforts by at least covering the cost of the congestion charge moving forward. So 365, I believe, is a necessity,
Mhm.
whether we had COVID or not, but it's made it even more so and more vital that we help people today.
Yeah. Sure. Also, how does it work? Could you explain more in
Yeah,
detail?
okay. There are many ways you can do that. I mean, the 365 actually has always been an exercise-based
Mhm.
program.
Yeah.
And every day on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook, we have, very lucky, we have a connection with a group called Forces Fitness,
Mhm.
who are based down in Wales. And they set 3 exercises. And each exercise lasts for 60 seconds. And we ask people taking part to do the same 3 exercises, 60 seconds, for 5 times.
Mhm.
And the average time to do each set is just over 3 minutes. And the aim is you could do it all in one hit if you're super fit,
Mhm.
or if you're like me, old, you take longer. So you can go for anywhere between 15 minutes and 40 minutes, but
Mhm.
that's it in a day. Obviously, we are asking people to donate money, because that's what we need the money for. But I've just launched, and it's happening starts on Monday the 1st of Tuesday the 1st of September. It will be the 500-mile walk for wellness, which from that, during that for the 61 days from the 1st to the 31st of October, I aim to walk 500 miles, and obviously raising money, and that money can then be used to go straight to the people that need it. And we're saying to people, if you want to walk part of it with me. It's a virtual walk, because if I really wanted to walk 500 miles, I'll be going to the Isle of Man and back, and the Irish Sea does get in the way.
Why
So
not? You can stay in the hotels.
there's great hotels, but yeah, do I want to do that? No, I really wouldn't want to take 2 months out of my day. But to walk, and it sounds horrendously a lot of miles, but it's actually just over 8 miles a day. So really, it's 2 hours a day out of my life. And every time I think, almost overwhelmed by the idea of what I'm about to do, I keep thinking about people who are in pain.
Yeah.
And that is actually nothing compared to the pain that they're in. And so what we have, this is all about doing this and just, as they say, sucking it up and getting on with it. But the beauty of walking or jogging in the now is the power of trees. I mean, I have this great thing of trees empower people. They give a positive energy. The fresh air, walking, allows my head to be clear. So the positive, the pain I'm getting is paid off by the positivity and the peace that I feel when I'm out there for those 2 hours. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, very cool. And I really enjoy watching the videos on your Facebook.
Well, the Friday ones, yeah, well, that's a different matter. Frivolous Friday came about because one of the original aims of 365 was to have people laughing. And the best way to have people laughing is try watching me and Mel dancing. Obviously, Mel's my wife, as you know.
I really
and we add in the Tilly dolls. For anyone who doesn't know what Tilly is, Tilly stands for Talking Improves Life's Longevity Immeasurably. It is a blue-headed mannequin head on a broomstick, and we just muck around to music. We have a lot of fun, sometimes in the paddling pool, sometimes not. And the only rule we have when it comes to the music is what makes Mel's foot tap. If I play a piece of music and her foot is tapping, that's what we're dancing to, prancing to. And some of them are, in some of the 60s, it's great with some of the music, 70s, the 80s, even now the music is great. The only problem we ever had, and I had this morning, was Twitter blocked one of our films for copyright infringement, which would have been, so I've had to appeal that. I will win the appeal because I spoke to Performing Rights about 18 months, 2 years ago about this very subject. Now, people don't understand. If you buy music on iTunes or Spotify or anything like that, it is for you to play in the comfort of your own home. And you can play it in your garden, and you can film yourself with that music. If I go into a public area, say like a park, or a shopping complex or a supermarket, and play the music there, I have just broken copyright. And the musician should be recompensed if you do this. But according to the PRS, which is the Performing Rights Society, if you have purchased the music through iTunes or whatever, and you are recording it in your own home, you have not broken copyright. So I've just had to send an email to Twitter to ask them to remove the block on that film because we actually not done anything that is wrong. And I'm sure the authors of the song, in which case it was all together now by the Beatles, which is Lennon and McCartney, I think, bearing in mind that Paul McCartney is actually a very charitably minded man, the last thing he would want to do is find that it's been blocked. So. These sort of things that make life much more interesting.
Please keep me posted because I like to record some videos with George Michael music.
Yes, well, I have told you, we have actually, I must tell you this, Mona. We are going to do on Friday, whatever date is, what date's Friday, tomorrow's date is the 28th of August. We are going to have Wake Me Up Before You, no, I think we did Wake Me Up Before We Go. But if we haven't done it, we will do Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Tomorrow, just for you, Mona. In fact, I don't think we've done it yet, so that's the one we're going to be doing.
Okay, thanks very much. Oh, that's very sweet of you.
We ask people actually to come up with the songs, and the only rule that has to be, as I said, apart from it has to get Mel's foot tapping, is it has to be an uplifting, fun, fast song, because no one needs to watch me prance around to slow music. It wouldn't make everyone laugh, it would make them cry.
Yeah.
And somebody actually said to me once, "Do you actually choreograph your dancing?" Don't be stupid. If we dance any steps, it's more luck than judgment. Nothing is planned. It's just it's an expression of what we feel the music does to us.
Yeah.
And
That's what
that's what is
dance is about.
correct. It's fun. So
Yeah.
yeah, we will do that. If I haven't done, I don't think we've done it yet. But if we haven't done it yet, we will definitely do Wake Me Up Before You Go
Yeah.
for
And
you.
also one more question. So how
Yes.
does 365 challenge help people during this COVID?
Okay. As
And
I said to you, the problem COVID-19 is going to make the reckon, and we're talking about very knowledgeable people,
yes.
not David. I'm just quoting what they're saying. The prediction is within the next 18 months, up to 80% of the population will have felt some form of trauma for it. It could be that they've lost a loved one. It could be they've actually lost their business or their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, their son, their daughter, etc. But as we discussed, that will only be the final straw on something. So what we are going to be doing and we need to do is help people now. And we need to get them the help. And there are amazing healers out there. I don't call them counselors because each of the people that who are on our website are registered to offer healing. But it could be a more of a tapping, the EFT. It could be NLP. It could be traditional counseling. So what we say to people is these are healers. And the healers are there. Some of the healers will give their time for free
Yeah.
because they want to help people. Others need to be paid because, hey, no one should do something for nothing. So the aim is, as the money comes in, we are asking people to make a request for a donation through the website, and we will then just say how, and we will either ask people to use the counsellors and the trainers, the healers we have on our system, or if you have one that you want to use because you feel comfortable, they just get in touch with us and we can sort out their payment. There will be we're not interested in time, so no one gets 12 sessions or 6 sessions. It's whatever is needed to help them move on with their life. But with the right healer, the healing doesn't take as long as people think, because the real healing happens after the sessions are finished. Because the people then have to start discovering about positivity and negativity. When you're in a traumatic situation, you are so negative because that's what's pushing you down. And we remove that negativity. And then you have to discover you're lucky you get to meet some amazing people like you, Mona, who enrich lives just by being who you are with that positive energy.
Very much. That's sweet of you.
I've learned at 62 to only speak the truth. It makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
And the things when you're younger, people think it's a come on, but it's not. It's just me. I always say to people that I hope I don't offend anybody. I'm just going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And if I think you're an attractive person, male or female, I'm going to say. It doesn't mean anything other than I just admire who you are. And so yeah. So you keep doing what you're doing, Mona. You're an amazing woman.
Yeah, you do the same as well. You're amazing as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay, thanks very much for being my interviewee.
My pleasure, Mona. Anytime, darling.
To follow David on social media.
Yeah, or they can follow a very quick one. They can follow us on Facebook through the 365 Challenge, on Twitter at 365 Challenge, or if you really, really want to be silly, at Bogfather, which is BOGFATHER, or on Instagram again at 365 Challenge UK, or Bogfather and Tilly. Who else? We've got a YouTube channel. But on the Facebook, we've also got the new one now for the Walk for Wellness. It's his own little page on thing, and on there I'm trying to post daily reports of what we're doing, how we're getting on with the walk, my thoughts. Because if I'm walking, I'll actually record something as opposed to when I'm running. Because trust me, you can't hold a phone up and start talking. It doesn't work. Something's got to give. So when the days that I'm walking, I will be recording stuff and we'll be uploading it to there. And in the words of the great Saint Bob of Geldof, give us your money. We need to help people.
Okay, so I wish you the best luck for
Thank you, Mona.
365 challenge. And you
Thank
should
you.
really consider to walk to Isle of Man.
Hey, it may. So actually, my friend Ted has suggested that next year we do the Land's End to John O'Groats.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to work out. I say if it's a real life walk, it's 3 months, and I don't know if I can take 3 months out of my life to walk from
Can you
Scotland to.
bring your laptop along so you can
Yeah,
still be zooming and
yeah.
connect with the
Well,
whole?
I'll probably end up doing it just for the show. Hell, at 63, can I walk from Land's End to John O'Groats or vice versa? And will I need a passport going to Scotland?
Oh,
But when you do all
yeah,
these sort of things, these long distance runs like that, you need to have a fantastic support network of
yeah,
people that can set things up and be with you.
yeah.
Because I think Ian Botham did. I can't remember what time he did, how long he did it, but that's a long. It's a long stretch. So it's possible for next year. It could be Land's
Yeah,
End, John O'Groats Land's End. We'll see.
yeah, sure. Okay, thanks very much.
My pleasure. No, thank you again.
So
Be
good
well.
luck for the 365 challenge again. Okay,
Will do.
bye.
Bye bye.